From the book, Almost the Truth About Youth Ministry, Salesmen, Secretaries, and Smart Alecks, which you can find out more about by visiting almostthetruth.com. Here's a chapter called Personal Visits with Teens. It is impossible to effectively minister to youth from behind a desk, unless, of course, your desk is small enough that you can sit behind it but still reach a kid to box his ears a good one. From time to time, you simply must have some personal contact with the teens in your charge. Go figure. This personal contact can come in many forms. A shared moment in the church hallway, letters of encouragement, or driving really slowly past their houses late at night while you stare in their windows. Sooner or later, though, you will need to spend some one-on-one time with the students by scheduling personal visits. When I was starting out in youth ministry, this was easily accomplished by just dropping by a kid's place and asking to see him or her. "Oh, sure, he's out back mending the pterodactyl net. Let me call him for you. Xantar! Oogala!" Nowadays, it can be a little more complicated. You usually have to call several days in advance to get on the waiting list for the student's appointment secretary, who will call you back in 48 to 96 hours with a short list of available time slots. These time slots will be 15 to 20 minutes long, nestled away between soccer practices, speech competitions, and unicycle lessons. Once you've traversed the scheduling obstacle course and secured a time slot in the teen's life, you'll need a plan. You can't just walk in and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Remember that you have to compete with all the other important things on the student's plate, so don't come across as some lame combination of Mr. Rogers and cottage cheese. An opening salvo of compliments and encouragement will help weaken the student's defenses. "Hey, Derek, you're looking good. Nice SUV in the driveway. You ever let your folks drive it?" "Hey, by the way, excellent job getting by security at the last lock-in, man. You should hold seminars." Now, just in case this doesn't open a line of conversation/bragging by the student in question, you need to have a selection of icebreaker questions in your head, ready to use to get a conversation going or to keep one from sinking towards death. Here's a short list of field-tested questions that are guaranteed to open a door into any teen's hearts. What do you think about the way things are going at church? How often do you pray? Do you know that God loves you and has a wonderful plan for your life? If you were to die today, what would you say to God if He asked you, "Why should I let you into my heaven?" Can you loan me $50? If this fails to fill up the 20-minute audience you've been granted, you can always challenge the student to some sort of competition. Video games are the best bet. They won't involve any actual sweat on your part. Plus, you'll be thoroughly trounced, giving the teen in question an adrenaline rush that will be associated with your visit and lead to a favorable response when the elders ask him or her how he or she feels about you or your ministry. That is, after all, the real goal of personal visits, keeping the elders off your back. That student doesn't need you to visit. Students have plenty of friends to hang out with. What do they need some fossil coming around for? No. The reason you must go to all this time, trouble, and embarrassment is to make a favorable impression upon those who decide whether you stay or go away. If you log in a truckload of such visits every month, the elders will be so impressed with your self-sacrifice, since they can't imagine spending time talking to a teen without waggling a finger at them, that they will renew your contract on the spot. Being able to put off that call to U-Haul for another year is always a good thing. See you at almostthetruth.com.